So, I'm going to be learning this new kind of number talk, and so is Miss Sags, and so are you guys. Okay? What we are going to do is we are going to use a hundreds chart. So I'm going to give some of these, kind of take one and pass it down the line. So just take one and pass it down the line.
Other way, Daniel. So you take one and pass
You
the
take
stack
one.
down.
Right. You take, here, watch. I will show you all how to do this. You take one, and then you pass the pile.
And then I take one and keep passing the pile.
But no one wants mine. I only have 4 left.
Right, you take one, you hold on to one, now you give them the pile.
Take
Nope,
one
nope,
as
the
you pass the
whole
pile,
pile.
though, guys.
I didn't know this would be the challenge.
Help me.
Freeze and look. Freeze. Eyes on me. Watch. Titus has a pile of like 400 charts. He's going to keep one for himself, but pass the stack to Paisley. Paisley's going to keep one for herself and pass the rest of them to Carter. Paisley's going to keep one. Paisley is going to keep one and pass the rest to Carter. If you have an extra, put it up in the air.
Okay, so everyone else put it flat on the floor. I should not hear the paper moving at all. It should be flat in the floor in front of you, and I want you to look at it and make sure you could read it. It should say hundreds chart, and then the numbers should be in order facing you.
Get it together.
Okay, now, while we're doing this number talk, you are going to show me the thinking that's in your brain, but this time the way you're going to show your thinking that's in your brain is with your finger. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to give you kind of clues. And whatever the answer to my clue is, you're going to put your finger on that number. So your finger should always be on the hundreds chart. It shouldn't be up in the air, touching your partner, or doing anything else. You should always have a finger on the hundreds chart. So right now, just take your pointer finger and put it up on the word where it says hundreds chart.
It's still flat on the ground, DT.
Flat, so we don't ever pick it up. It stays flat up on the word hundreds chart. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys clues, and you'll move your finger to the number that's the answer to the clue I give you. And then your finger will stay on that number until I ask you to move it somewhere else. So is anyone's finger moving right now?
No.
Nope, everyone's finger's on hundreds chart. Okay, so first clue I have for you is you're going to put your finger on the number that is the number of sides on a triangle. Okay, your paper should not be moving. They're still, but your finger is going to move to the number of sides on a triangle. So when we're thinking in our brain, how many sides are on a triangle? Don't answer. Just think in our brain. How many sides are on a triangle? And do you have an anchor chart with that?
For a triangle? Why 2?
Okay, if you need to, remember where your tools are in the room. It tells you. Okay. So everyone should have a finger on their hundreds chart. How many sides are on a triangle? Everyone whisper to me, how many sides are in a triangle? 3. So your finger should be on the number 3. Put that on the number 3. And then it should stay. You don't move your finger. It stays on the 3. Now I'm going to give you another clue. So listen, you're going to have to do some math in your head. Your finger should be on the 3 right now. Check.
Check. Flip.
Now, add, so you have your 3. Add the value of a nickel. So 3 plus the value of a nickel.
What does value mean?
Think about what that means. How much is a nickel worth? So everyone think about, how much is a nickel worth? Whisper, how much is a nickel worth? 5. So you were on 3, and you will add 5, and you will move your finger to the new answer. 3 plus 5. Okay, 3 plus 5.
5.
Okay, watch, we're going to count on. Make sure you're on the correct answer with me. Look up. 3, and we're going to count on 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You should be on number 8 right now. Your finger is on 8. Now, minus 4. So you're on 8 minus 4.
What does minus mean? I know what it means.
Subtract. Or take away. Okay. So look, we could use our hundreds chart if we're on the 8 and we want to take away 4, we can count backwards 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whisper to me, what number did we land on? 4. Everyone's finger should be on 4. Our papers are flat on the floor, not moving around, flat on the floor. Okay, now, so your finger needs to be on the 4. We don't take our finger off. Everyone's finger on the 4. Now, double 4. So if you've doubled the number 4, what does it double? Think about that a minute. Share with your shoulder partner, what does double mean?
Double means that it's like the same
What does
thing.
double mean? Your shoulder partner, what does double mean? Okay, eyes on me. Okay. So right, I heard some of you sharing. Double is when you have the same number twice. So we were on 4, and we're going to double that number. So it would be 4 plus 4. So what number is our finger on now? 8. Okay. I see some friends that do not have their finger on 8. Please check. Make sure your finger is on 8.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Now, subtract the number of sides on a square. So you're on 8, and you'll take away or subtract the number of sides on a square. So think in your brain, how many sides are on a square? And we have anchor chart in here to help us.
4.
Whisper to me, how many sides are on a square?
4.
Right? Okay, so if we subtracted 4 from 8, we're on, whisper. Now, so we're at 4, everyone's finger's on 4. I want to be able to see everyone's finger. Add 10. Add 10. Hearing some great counting. Okay. So we were on 4. Get eyes up here. You could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But also, look at the 4 and look at the 14. What do you notice about where they are next to each other? What do you notice about where they are next to each other? What did you notice? It's right below it, right? So we could, anytime we add 10, we can just go down one line, okay? Because going down one line is adding 10 to our number. So now, we're all going to count together. We're going to skip count by 10s. We were at 14. So you're going to take your finger and we're going to go down one line, one row each time to skip count by 10s from 14. So count with me. We're on 14, 24, 34, 44, 54, 64, 74, 84, 94. Where's your finger? Everyone, let me see your finger on 94. We ended on 94. Okay. Talk with your shoulder partner. What did you notice about what your finger did when we counted by 10? What did you notice your finger did when we counted by 10?
It always has a 4 at the
Okay, eyes on me.
Eyes on you.
Almost done. Okay, think a minute. Who wants to share what you and your partner talked about what did you notice your finger did as we counted by 4s? What did you notice?
We go down the 4 column.
Yes, we went down the 4 column. Perfect. That's exactly what we did. Did anyone else notice anything else?
It's like an elevator.
Well, a little bit, yeah. Kind of, we could go up and down like an elevator when we count by 10s, forward or backwards. And one last thing.
It's like all of the Is all fours at the end?
All the fours at the end. There's a pattern with that, right? Very good. So I want you guys, as you get older, you're going to use hundreds charts more and more, and I want you to remember that pattern of how each line is 10 greater than the one before it. Thank you for working with me. Now we're going to try passing these in too. You know how last time you took one and passed them on? Now you're going to pass yours over, and then that person will take all of them and keep passing them over till we get the whole pile over here. Can we try passing them in? So this side of the room, start passing them to a partner.